The Houston Rockets defeat the Golden State Warriors in Game 5 and extend the series to a Game 6. You know what we gotta do, dog? 4 letters, 1 word. Yeet. Let's talk about it. What is going on, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Summit State of Mind, presented to you by the Apollo Podcast Network and powered by J Bar M. That's right, J Bar M, the best happy hour and barbecue on this side of H-Town, located just a few minutes from the Toyota Center where the Houston Rockets play. And speaking of the Houston Rockets, yeet, they defeated the Golden State Warriors, yeet, 131 to 116, yeet. I'm talking about one time. This is a post-game reaction when you needed the Rockets to perform at a high level, at a high-stakes game to prove to the home crowd that you are not a fake 2 seed. You come in here, guns a-blazing, literally. First quarter from the jump. It's got to be is this a wire-to-wire win? I don't know if they took a lead at one point.
No, they did. They took
a
2-0.
It was a 2-0 lead, right. So it wasn't a wire-to-wire win, but a statement win to take the Rockets to a Game 6. First thoughts, GM.
I'm happy. We get a game on Friday. That's what matters. The season has been extended. We don't have to talk about the season being over on a Wednesday evening. We are here at the Apollo Studios, and we are in a great fucking mood. All right? The Rockets got a statement victory, and I feel like this is the MO for the team. The team responds very well when they lose.
Yeah.
They fight, especially when they come back home. This is a true reflection of what this team is made of, a true reflection of Ime Udoka as a coach. And I'm just really happy at the fact that we do get to make another trip to the Bay Area. Not happy about that, but happy that the season has been extended.
I'm very happy too. I think, honestly, just to kind of not do a deep dive, but at least talk about the game as a whole. 131 to 116. Dillon Brooks scores 24 points. The starters took care of business. They did what they were supposed to do. 24 points by Dillon Brooks. Amen Thompson with a whale of a game. 25 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 5 steals, 3 blocks, 8 of 12 from the field. This is a typical Amen special. This is what he's been doing all season long.
Yes.
Glad he was finally able to find the groove back in Game 4. Took it now to a Game 5, able to extend the series. You weren't going to win Game 5. You weren't going to get as close as you could get without Amen performing. You need something out of the big 3, which would be LP, Jalen, and Amen. And those first 3 games are horrible, but the fact that he's been able to come back, fantastic. Shangun, little Shangun special, 15 points, 9 rebounds, 9 assists. So close to tickling the Twylon? Twylon? Is that what that's saying?
No.
Tickling the
twine?
Tickling the twine. Why am I saying Twylon?
I don't know. The nylon.
Yes. Yeah, so tickling the twine on a triple-double, 15, 9, and 9.
Jalen right there.
Jalen Green, 11 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists. 11 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists.
He got hurt.
Fred VanVleet, right. He did get hurt. Disclaimer. Fred VanVleet, 26 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists. Tops all around. Like you said, I'm so proud of the way this team just performed. And not only that, but people aren't going to talk about this enough. Obviously, the Rockets scored 131 points. This is probably the only time they're going to score 131 points for the rest of the series. They won't be scoring 131 points. This is not normal.
It's 100% a fluke.
Yeah.
I mean,
this
is completely, but also the Rockets changed their style of play for Game 5. They decided to utilize their athleticism and pick up the pace and try to get buckets in the paint on a fast break, or just try to not allow the Golden State Warriors to adjust and set up their half-court defense. Overall, the signature plays out of Amen Thompson, that steal that he ripped from Steph Curry in was it the first half?
The first half.
It was the first half.
And led to an N1 dunk.
It was just an absolute beauty. And that's the kind of signature play that will be a highlight for a career. You're stripping potentially one of the greatest ball handlers in the game, the greatest shooter in the game, and making it look easy. 8 stocks, okay? 8 steals and blocks, stocks. That is just...
Well, I would say right here...
That's the impact that we needed.
And I agree with you there, and you did say it Speaking of Steph Curry, too, putting him in an absolute blender. He only had 13 points. He did have 7 assists. He obviously didn't play much in the third and fourth quarter.
Yeah.
They really, Steve Kerr threw in the towel about halfway through the third quarter, maybe less than halfway through the third.
Yeah.
They know they have Game 6 in the back pocket. They're going to take this on the chin and go to Game 6. But the fact that they held him to 4 of 12 from the field, it's not the offense that impressed me. It's the fact that the defense stayed intense. Obviously, the fourth quarter's a mulligan. They just, think shit happens. The bench just got hot.
They took the foot off the pedal.
100%. Well, the bench just couldn't. The bench couldn't keep it together, and then by the time the Stars got in there, they had to clean up for that mess. And unfortunately, the Stars had to go in, which we didn't want. Thankfully, no one got hurt. Yeah. But in terms of Steph Curry, man, locking that down was so huge. Just being able to lock Steph Curry down, that's going to take that confidence in them going into a Game 6. I'm telling you right now, Steph Curry in a blender, Podziemski in a blender. Hey, man, if skills were leather, he wouldn't have enough to saddle a June bug.
Yo, I wasn't ready for that.
You were ready for that?
I was not ready for that.
Look that up. Google it. Google it. Countryisms.
The great thing about the performance tonight is that, granted, we did it at home, but the thing about it is that it shows that you can defend them. And we've done it before in Golden State as well. So that's why this should be a confidence carryover moving into Game 6 on Friday. Granted, we are going to get Golden State's best shot.
This is good. This is it here.
And
100%.
This is the game where they know they have to lock in. So it's up to Houston to ensure that they stay focused. And when they get there Friday, they're not intimidated. They've won there before. They've won there. They may have lost the last two, Games 3 and 4, but we were right there the whole time. So I feel like, in my eyes, the team knows that they're just right there. They're ready to break through.
Well, you got to take those experiences, too, moving on from Game 5 going to Game 6. Games 3 and 4 were not blowouts. They kept the game so close. They were free throws made away, a couple plays made away, a stop away. Really, the Jimmy Butler three-point foul, that changed everything. That changed the complexity of everything.
Yeah.
Where he hit those free throws. He had all 3 free throws. And, it's just little, just tiny, the most minute things can turn the tide into a game. We could have won Game 4. There's so many opportunities that they could have won either Games 3 or 4. So you take that experience, you take the Game 5 butt whooping that you laid on Golden State. A reminder for yourselves and your identity. And guys, I'm going to say this right now, and I'm sorry if any Golden State fans happen to slither in here. I do apologize. Not really, no yeet. Just letting y'all know right now, we're the better team, top to bottom, talent-wise. We're the better team, of course. The GM said it earlier, they're the top-heavy team. You got 2 Hall of Famers, essentially. You got Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry. Not knocking them, not taking anything away from them.
Yeah.
But if you just take, those 2 away and, Podziemski, Draymond Green, no, you're going to take an Alperen Şengün and a Men Thompson, a Jalen Green, a Dylan Brooks, a Fred VanVleet. Top to bottom, we're just the more talented team. Yeah. So we could have won Games 3 and 4, but you give it up to the experience as the reason why we lost those games. This confidence booster going in Game 6, learn the lessons, and just basically come out, show out, prove that you are the number 2 seed, you are the better team. And then if that happens,
anything can happen.
Anything can happen in a Game 7, man. Colin Pablo Prigioni, come off. Hey, if you can come off the bench, anything can happen here. And I'm telling you right now, this is my championship. I want this shit. After this, whoever advances, if it's Minnesota or LA, that's fine. If we get eliminated by them, I can live with that. I want to eliminate Golden State, dude. Give me the most historic comeback.
Yeah.
It'd
be poetic.
It'd be the second most historic comeback in Golden State history outside of, Cleveland defeating them in 2016.
Which is fucking
from a 3-1 comeback.
But I mean, that's the MO for this team. We've always fought adversity all year. We've played good teams very well. So I think that overall, Game 6 is going to be a barn burner, man. I truly believe it. It should be a close game.
Shoutouts to the Rockets, man, because they literally just put 6 minutes ago tickets on sale for Game 7 Thursday, tomorrow at 2 p.m. Ballsy from the Rockets organization to go ahead and say, okay, just in case, go buy your tickets.
I know that they
That's
have to do that.
That's crazy. I know. But but they always do it, though. They always do it.
Not a fan.
GM, let's go ahead and talk about this right now before we move on to our next segment. Let's talk about it. Overall, we know the team as a whole did a great job.
Yeah.
Fantastic job.
Absolutely.
Who's your MVP for Game 5?
Amen Thompson. Easily. Amen Thompson. He was a tone setter on the defensive end. and on the offensive end, he was a spark. He played two ways, and he performed very well. He understood the assignment tonight, and he performed. And we're really seeing the rise of a true star with Amen
he's
Thompson
freaking good.
showing out
Kid can perform.
this playoffs.
Kid can hoop.
So, I mean, like, Amen, we knew what we had, but to see it actually happen in the playoffs
in real time
is what matters, right? So, Amen Thompson, to me, MVP, 100%.
I think for me, it'd be easy for me to go Amen because he's the clear choice. I'm going to go back to when we did our last episode, and I'm going to give it to Fred.
Ooh.
I'm going to give this one to Fred. 26 points, 8 of 13 from the field. He was 4 of 6 from 3. He has 12 threes in the last 2 games. Like, he's
Can he
been...
carry that into Game 6?
Motherfuckers, yeah,
Just get us to Game 7.
I know.
He
But
doesn't
hey,
have to hit
I'm not
shit
talking
in
about
Game
MVP
7.
of Game 6. I'm talking MVP of Game 5.
Yeah.
Fred did that. He only had 1 turnover. He kept the team kind of just... And that is what Fred's there for. Unfortunately, he's not getting paid $40 million to, like, drop 30 to 35 a game. I would love for that to be the case.
If only,
they may
right?
need that out of him, though, in Game 6 to extend to a Game 7, but overall,
Yeah.
they don't need that from him. He's just that constant, and him performing these last 2 games, him and Amen included, are both of our MVPs. It's just been so huge, just to being that stability, especially with Jalen being a little shaky, being definitely shaky last game, and then this game too, him getting hurt. You just need that one guy to just kind of lean on.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to score. He just needs to set the table and calm the offense down. That's what Fred provides. I think him being on the floor calms Şengün down also to a degree.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
think
it lessens the pressure a little bit.
exactly, and being able to kind of set that table properly. And I don't think Fred ever gets enough credit because you don't equate 40+ million to a guy that can just set a table.
Yeah, it's fair.
So that's why the expectations are higher. But he's been performing these last 2 games, and he especially performed tonight. Flowers to Big Fred VanVleet and to Amen Thompson. Can we give him a yeet? I think they earned it, right?
Yeet.
Steph Curry. No yeet.
No yeet.
Let's
Fuck
go.
that
Let's
guy.
go move on to the last segment. Wow, that just got real. I think we earned another 200 listeners right there. Thank you for tuning in. By the way,
We're all gonna get a ton of hate on Instagram and YouTube.
Thank you for the views. Appreciate that. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe on Apollo HOU. GM. Let's go ahead and move on to our next segment. Before we do, give a shout out and add to our wonderful sponsor.
Everyone, shout out to J Bar Barbecue, our proud sponsor of the Summit State of Mind. Make sure you visit them in East Downtown, minutes from Toyota Center. Where do you want to visit them? Pre-game, post-game. Go ahead, enjoy yourselves. The best food in Houston. Our wing joint, not.
Whoa!
Our barbecue joint.
I'm not.
They
editing
do
that.
have good wings, though.
I'm not editing
They
that.
have great
We're gonna
wings
keep
over
that.
there. They have great wings over there.
You just
Our
pulled.
barbecue joint.
You just pulled
Houston's
a
best barbecue
you are
joint.
dude, you are pulling the Hulk Hogan WrestleMania 30 where you go, we're right here at the Silver Dome. I was just thinking about body slamming Andre the Giant. We were not, brother. You were at the Superdome.
I do not talk about Hulk
That
Hogan.
was you.
I do not mention
It's so
Hulk
much,
Hogan
dude.
here.
It's so real that shout outs to Alfred on behind the camera right now, literally just hanging out. He laughed, which shows that shit is real.
Yeah, it's real. It's real.
So,
But anyway,
okay.
shout out to J Bar Barbecue.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you again. We had our watch party for Game 3. May have lost. Shout out to Mike James for pulling up. Shout out to everyone that showed out. We really appreciate you. We had a great time despite the L. But hopefully, if we can get to the second round, maybe we'll do another watch party.
Yes, maybe so. And be sure to check them out. Once again, J Bar M, the best barbecue in H-Town. Once again, located just minutes from the Toyota Center where your Houston Rockets play. Be sure to check them out on Leland. Let's go ahead and move on to our last segment. GM, you did talk about this a little earlier. Typically what we do is the Texas Trinity 3 keys to the game or a Texas Trinity prediction. Let's call it the Texas Trinity prayer, which means... Oh, we're not going to pray, but I mean, I'll pray, and I'm gonna go to church before the game Friday. But nice little daily mass action won't ever hurt you. But let's go ahead and talk about Texas Trinity prayer for Game 6, as in, give me your one prayer that you would want to like lift up.
Oh my gosh.
For the Rockets to ultimately win Game 6, which is basically saying, what's the key? Give me one, like, what's the main key?
Make your free throws. I mean, if we hit our free throws, you'd probably be up in the series right now. So make your free throws. I feel like if we play exactly the same that we played all series, you make your free throws, you win. Just make your free throws. Just stay consistent, but improve in that spectrum. That's all you need.
I agree with you there. I think for me, and I don't want to just say free throws. I think for me, what stood out to me, the defense will be there. I know the defense will be there, so I'm not worried about that. My prayer for the game would be I'm going to say two things mainly. They're going to give the mid-range up, so hit your middies. That means if a men gets a midi, hit your middies. If Alperian gets his middies, hit your middies. And Şengün, for the love of God, can you please make sure you hit your layups like at the start of the game or the second quarter? I don't need that shit in the third and fourth. You don't need to run that shit when you're down 10.
Yeah.
You hit your bunnies at the start of the game, you'll sustain a lead.
Yep.
So, there's like these little keys here that like I really think could have made the biggest difference. The Rockets could have taken one in Golden State if they just hit some middies, hit some free throws, and Alperen Şengün makes his bunnies. I mean, that's it. He's missed a lot of bunnies in Golden State.
Yeah.
So you cannot afford to miss these types of shots. If Golden State's giving to you, they're daring you to shoot these shots. You cannot afford to miss it, not in a win or go home situation. I need the Rockets to show out here. We could have easily gone with a Jalen Green special. Maybe you want something like that, a master class of some sorts. But no, keep it simple. Just get the game back to Houston.
Yeah, just win the game and get to Houston. That's all you need.
Get the game back to Houston. That's all I want.
Anything can happen.
Game 6 prediction. Score. Give me a score.
Oh, no.
Or do we not? Do you not want to give a score?
I'm not going to.
Okay. We're not going to give a score.
Superstition
Sorry,
over
guys.
here, man.
But just because we can't give our score doesn't mean you can't give our score. So
You
go
should.
ahead, drop a prediction right now. Let us know in the comments. Comment
Rockets
right now.
fans and Warriors fans. Let's hear it.
That's true.
I wanna see both
They've been
sides.
finding our show.
Yes.
Thank you for the subscription, by the way. Lots of Steph Curry fans. But be sure to drop I want to know right now what your prediction is. Game 6, Houston Rockets versus the Golden State Warriors in Golden State. Does the Golden State Warriors defeat Houston and ultimately eliminate us? Or do the Rockets extend the series to Game 7 where anything can happen on any given Sunday? See what I did there? That was good, right? That was nice, right? That felt good.
That was beautiful.
That was chill, dude. That was rock.
That was awesome.
That's just... Sorry.
Goosebumps.
Let's get ready to go home here on a happy Summit state of mind, on a Rockets win in this Game 5 to extend the series to a Game 6. I'm just so proud that we are on a Summit State of Mind podcast talking about the Rockets winning a playoff game going into a Game 6. Come on, can we just clap it up for everyone that's been listening
That
to the
feels
Summit?
nice. We've been doing this for what?
258 episodes.
Oh my God.
You guys are with us.
Yeah.
Like, yo, that's incredible
That's a
right now.
lot of-
Shout
that's a
outs to
lot
the
of
listeners that have been down since day 1-ish.
Yeah,
all the
there
way
you
to
go.
now.
There you go.
Day 1 is H. GM, take us home one. Take us home one time.
I'm sorry. I keep popping for him. I shouldn't. Everyone, make sure to follow me on socials at JP_Mirabueno. Make sure to follow the podcast on Twitter at Summit, SOMPOD. Make sure to follow the podcast on Instagram at Summit State of Mind _POD. Make sure to follow us on all your social media at Apollo HOU. And do not forget, he mentioned earlier, do not forget to super kick that subscribe button at Apollo HOU on YouTube. And before we go, Kenny, let's let them know what's going down next Saturday.
What is going down next? Oh, yeah, brother, I got you. Next Saturday, we're going to have our... No, I totally sold that on that one. Backlash Watch Party taking place at Big City Wings. Our wrestling listeners, once again, Backlash Watch Party. John Cena versus Randy Orton. One last time. Taking place Backlash at Big City Wings in Marquee. It's going to be a blast. We're absolutely going to pack the house. Best wrestling fans are going to show up in H-Town. We will have a camera for live reactions. It's going to be a blast. Happy to go back home to Big City Wings, so we're definitely happy, and we're definitely going to show up and show out. It's going to be a frickin' vibe. So go ahead and pull up to Big City Wings in Marquee, brother. GM. Oh, actually, I was going to tell you to go home, but no, actually, I got to give my other thing. You can follow me on Twitter as well. I'm just so shell-shock minded right now. I've been up since 5 a.m.
We got a big win.
We got a big win. You can follow me on Twitter as well at Summit Commish. Let's go ahead and end this happy Summit State of Mind episode, post-game reaction, Game 5 win episode, as I end every episode with a Go Summit, Go Apollo. One mantra, one state of mind, win Game 6. Anything can happen in Game 7. Go Rockets. GM, say the thing.
4 letters. 1 word. Yeet.
Yeet. Fuck the Warriors.
That was good.
Hey, man. Hey, home away, you make it.
There you go. Quoting Joe Dirt was not something I had.
That's Waterboy, bro.
Was it,
oh wait, no, you're right. No, you're right. You're like homo's
Joe
naked.
Dirt,
that is
dog.
Joe Dirt. I'm stupid.
It's
I'm sorry.
Joe Dirt.
Because it's the same character. It's the same character. This shit's on camera.
Shout
too.
out Chet
Can we keep
Hunter.
that? Should I just do a little like? I'll probably do it. I'll probably do a post. I'll do like a little blooper reel.
Don't do it.
If you hang around, it's like Sinners. If you hang around at the post credits, you'll get rewarded. You'll get rewarded.
No.